Is it possible that the most calculated betrayal in soap history has been hiding in plain sight this whole time? Or is Bill Hamilton just finally reaping the whirlwind he sowed when he chose a mobster over his own friend? Just stop and think about that for a second. We all saw it. We all felt that chill down our spines when Bill made his choice. Is it possible that the supposedly dead Doug McBride has found the ultimate weapon in a disgraced lawyer like Mike Davis to finally tear Bill's empire apart? You have to wonder if this was really just a simple mistake on Bill's part or something much deeper and darker. Was Bill's decision to fire Mike Davis a genuine act of doing the right thing, or was it just the first move in a much larger game of self-preservation? We have seen Bill play both sides of the fence for months now, but the news that Mike is now reportedly working for Doug changes everything we thought we knew about the power dynamics in Fairmont Crest. Seriously, what is happening to this family? The more I think about Danelle and Randy and Vanessa and Joey and that horrific crash, the more I feel like we are watching one of the most explosive betrayals ever. Have you ever felt like you knew someone, and then they did something so cold it made your blood run cold? That is Bill Hamilton for you. The funny thing is he actually thinks he is starting a redemption arc. He fired Mike Davis because he listened to his daughter Naomi and decided to prioritize the women Mike was harassing. That sounds great on paper, doesn't it? It looks like he finally developed a conscience. But we know better. We know that Bill has that diabolical medicine deep down in his soul, and it never stays quiet for long. The confrontation between Bill and Mike was intense because it showed just how entitled Mike really is. He tried to act like he was just flirting. He tried to blame Bill for ruining his career. But Bill stood his ground. He showed a glimpse of decency. But was that decency real, or was it just a mask? I want to know what you think. Do you believe Bill actually cared about those women, or was he just cleaning house because Mike was becoming a liability he couldn't afford anymore? Now, let's look at the other side of this mess. Doug McBride. Poor Doug. He was a brilliant surgeon, but he had some serious demons. His gambling addiction wasn't just a habit. It was a slow-motion train wreck that destroyed his marriage to Vanessa and clouded his judgment at the hospital. He spent his nights at Joey Armstrong's gambling den instead of at home. He racked up massive debts. And who was there to catch him? Joey. But Joey wasn't being a friend. He was setting a trap. He cleared Doug's debt just to front him more money. It was a cycle Doug couldn't escape. And the worst part? Bill knew all of it. Bill and Doug went to college together. Doug thought they were tight. He thought he could trust Bill to help him get revenge on Joey. He literally went to Bill and laid out his plan to expose Joey's money laundering operation. And what did Bill do? He didn't help his friend. He didn't even hesitate. He hightailed it over to Uptown and routed Doug out to Joey immediately. Think about the psychology of that for a minute. Bill chose a mobster over a college buddy because Joey's particular skills were more valuable to him. Bill basically signed Doug's death warrant to get in the good graces of a criminal. He told Joey that Doug wanted to go to the cops. He told Joey everything, and Joey loved it. He asked Bill to keep Doug distracted just long enough to come up with a plan to handle him. And we know what that plan was: a drug drink and a fiery car crash. While Doug was dying alone in that wreckage, his wife Vanessa was in bed with the very man who orchestrated the hit. Does it get any darker than that? I honestly feel like I'm going to lose my mind if Joey doesn't get exposed for this. Danelle is absolutely heartbroken. You can see the pain radiating off him. He is trying to hold his family together while the foundation is turning to dust. And then Joey has the nerve to offer Danelle his father's cufflinks? That wasn't a kind gesture. That was Joey trying to mark his territory. It was Joey trying to slide into Doug's place without earning it. Danelle shut it down, and thank God he did. He told Joey those cufflinks were sacred. Doug might have been a gambler, and he might have made mistakes, but he was still Donald's father. That connection doesn't just go away, because things got ugly. What really bothers me is Vanessa. Why is she acting like everyone should just move on at her speed? Her kids are grieving, and she is trying to force this new family image with Joey. It feels like she is trying to erase Doug to justify her own choices. And where are Doug's things? Did she just clear him out of the house? That is so cold. It's no wonder Deanna is suspicious. Deanna isn't being dramatic. She is reacting to the fact that her father was basically deleted from their lives. And now we have these spoilers saying Doug is back? Is he actually alive, or is Deanna just seeing things because of the trauma? Either way, the show says Doug has a mission for her. If he is alive, then he is playing a very long game. And if Mike Davis is working for him, that is a legal nightmare for Bill. Mike knows where the skeletons are buried. He knows how Bill operates. He knows the diabolical medicine Bill uses. This isn't just about a lawsuit. This is a psychological execution. Mike doesn't just want to win a case. He wants to destroy the man who thought he was morally superior. It is an ego-driven crusade, and I am honestly kind of here for it. Does Bill deserve to be taken down by someone as slimy as Mike Davis? It's a tough question, isn't it? Mike is a predator. We know that. He treated women like objects. But Bill is the one who knew better. Joey is a mobster, so you expect him to be bad. But Bill is the friend. The betrayal from a friend.
Always cuts deeper. If Mike is the boots on the ground for Doug's revenge, then Bill is facing a two-pronged attack of legal genius and ghostly vengeance. And it's happening while Bill is literally being poisoned. Can we talk about Haley for a second? Bill's new wife is a professional con artist. She and her cousin Randy have been swindling rich old men for years. There is a $10 million bounty on Bill's head in the form of a life insurance policy. Haley is slowly killing him, and Bill is so arrogant he has no idea. He literally laughed and hugged her while she told him she was going to take all his money. That is the ultimate psychological blindness. He thinks he is the mastermind, but he is being outplayed by everyone. The tension is hitting a breaking point because Bill is fighting a war on so many fronts. He has Mike and Doug coming for his firm. He has Haley poisoning his body. And he is tied into this plasma ring drama that Joey is desperate to hide. Joey noticed Bill seemed off during a visit. Will Joey figure out Haley's game, or will he just let Bill die so he has one less person who knows his secrets? And then there's Randy. Randy is the bridge here. He was Doug's brother in everything but blood. He carries the guilt of what happened. If Randy tells Donnell the full truth about Bill's betrayal, then Fairmont Crest is going to explode. Donnell is not the type of man to let a betrayal like that go quietly. Can you imagine the confrontation? Donnell cornering Bill and demanding to know why he threw his father under the bus? I need that scene immediately. I need to see Bill finally lose that smug composure. The funny thing is, Bill's arrogance is actually his greatest weakness. He completely underestimated Doug's resolve, and he overestimated his own ability to manage someone like Joey. He thought Mike was done after he fired him. He thought Doug was done after the crash. But the past never stays buried in a place like this. It always finds a way back. It's like a haunting. Whether Doug is a ghost or a man in hiding, he is the catalyst for the truth. And Mike Davis is the scalpel. Mike doesn't care about justice. He cares about revenge. He wants to prove he can dismantle the great Bill Hamilton. And with Doug's info, he might actually do it. It reframes the whole story. Doug isn't the victim anymore. He is the martyr. And Bill is the silent architect of a tragedy that is now coming home to roost. How do you think this ends for Bill? Do you think he can talk his way out of this one, or has he finally run out of luck? He is so busy trying to school people and tell junior partners to back off cases that he doesn't see the noose being tied around his career. It is a masterclass in how power can make you blind. He thinks he is starting a redemption arc, but he is actually walking into a trap. And what about the kids? Donnell and Deanna are the real victims here. They lost their father because of a game played by three powerful men. If they find out the truth, it won't just be Bill's career that's over. It will be his entire family. Naomi is already disappointed in him. Imagine when she finds out her father basically facilitated a murder. That is the kind of betrayal that you don't come back from. It's not just a mistake. It's a soul-crushing choice. I want to dive deeper into this alliance between Mike and Doug because it is just so messy. You have two men who were discarded by Bill Hamilton. Mike was fired for being a creep, and Doug was betrayed because he was a nuisance. They both have every reason to hate Bill. If they are working together, they have the emotional drive and the legal technicality to win. Mike knows the inner workings of Bill's firm. He knows how the money moves. He knows how the diabolical medicine is hidden. For Mike, this is the ultimate chance to prove he is better than the man who judged him. And for Doug, it's about making sure the truth about Joey and Bill comes to light. It's about reclaiming his narrative. He doesn't want to be remembered as just a gambler who failed. He wants people to know he was right about Joey all along. And let's not forget Joey's role in all this. He is the most dangerous kind of villain because he is always calm. He rarely loses control. Every smile is rehearsed. Every gesture is strategic. Even the cufflinks were a test of emotional territory. Joey is trying to rewrite the history of the McBride family with himself as the hero. He wants to be the savior while he is the one who pulled the strings that led to the crash. Makes my skin crawl. And Vanessa is just letting it happen. It is so frustrating to watch her act like Joey is this great guy while her children are clearly suffering. Do you think she actually suspects him, or is she just so deep in denial she can't see the truth? She accused him right after the crash, but now she seems totally bought in. Is she playing him, or is she just lost? The irony is that Bill is protected by the very things he is about to lose. He uses his firm and his status as a shield. But if Mike Davis takes that firm away, and if Doug exposes the betrayal, Bill will have nothing left. He will be a sick man with a ruined reputation and a family that hates him. That is the ultimate justice, isn't it? The man who values utility over loyalty finally becomes useless to everyone around him. He sold his soul for a partnership with a mobster, and now he is being poisoned by his own wife. You really couldn't write a more perfect downfall if you tried. Bill Hamilton thought he was the doctor, but he is about to get a taste of his own medicine. And I don't think it's going to go down easy. I am also keeping a close eye on the plasma ring drama, because that is another layer of this nightmare. Joey is involved and he is trying to contain the threat. Bill wants to stay away from it because of the warehouse incident. But Leslie Thomas is freaking out because she thinks the investigation will ruin her clinic. She is even crashing press conferences. There is so much chaos happening right now that it is only a matter of time before someone slips up. And with Mike Davis lurking on the opposing legal team, you know he is going to find that slip-up. He is looking for any crack in the armor. Any way to link Bill to Joey's criminal activities. And we know those links exist. Bill leaked the info. Bill is protecting the secrets. He is the silent partner in Doug's death. Is it possible that Doug actually survived that crash? The show had that emotional goodbye video for the actor, but we know how soaps work. Nobody is ever really dead until you see a body, and even then it's a 50-50 shot. If Doug is alive, he has been in the shadows for months building a case. Maybe he recruited Mike Davis because he knew Mike was the only person with enough spite to go after Bill with everything he has. It would be a brilliant move. Use one of Bill's enemies to take him down. It would explain why Mike is suddenly back and on the opposing side of Bill's cases. He isn't just there for a job. He is there for the kill. And if Deanna is his secret weapon, then Bill won't see it coming until it's too late. I really want to hear from you guys on this. Do you think Doug is actually alive, or is the mission for Deanna more about her finding evidence he left behind? And what do you think about Mike Davis? Is he a reliable partner for revenge, or is he just going to look out for himself in the end? This revenge plot is moving so fast, and there are so many people with a reason to want Bill Hamilton gone. It feels like the walls are finally closing in on Fairmont Crest. Bill thought he was untouchable, but he is about to find out that nobody is beyond the reach of their own past. Every choice he made, starting with that college betrayal, is coming back to face him. And I don't think he's ready for what's coming next. What makes this so painful is that Doug really did trust Bill. He went to him in a moment of absolute desperation. He wanted to do the right thing for his family and expose a criminal. And Bill treated that trust like garbage. He handed it right to Joey. That is a psychological assault on a friend. Bill didn't just allow Doug to be killed. He made it happen by giving Joey the intel. Why did he do it? Because he saw Doug as a liability. That tells you everything you need to know about Bill Hamilton. He values people based on what they can do for him. Doug couldn't do anything, but Joey could. So Doug had to go. It is sociopathic pragmatism at its worst. And now that pragmatism is going to cost him everything. I can already see the future of this storyline, and it is not looking good for Bill. I predict that the mission Doug gave Deanna is going to lead her to the proof Mike Davis needs for a massive racketeering case. This won't just be a professional blow. It will be the reveal that Bill is the reason her father is gone. And as Bill's health fails because of the poison, he won't have the strength to fight back. He will be broken physically and legally. Can you imagine the look on his face when he realizes that the ghost of the man he betrayed is the one pulling the strings? It is poetic justice in the most brutal way. The nuisance he tried to bury is the one who is going to bury him. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and talking through all this drama. Beyond the Gates is really pushing the limits right now, and I am obsessed with how messy these relationships are. This Mike and Doug alliance is the kind of twist that keeps me coming back every single day. If you are as hooked on this revenge plot as I am, then you definitely need to stay tuned, because I have a feeling the real explosion is just around the corner. Do you think Bill can survive this, or is he finally going down? Let me know your theories in the comments because I love hearing what you guys think. Are you Team Bill or are you rooting for the Revenge Squad? If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more original takes on Bill and Doug and the whole Fairmont Crest crew, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps the channel and it keeps the conversation going. I'll be back soon with more spoilers and more breakdowns because honestly this show is just too good to look away from right now. See you in the next one and keep watching those gates. Seriously though, let's talk about the cufflinks one more time. That scene was so powerful because it showed the difference between real family and people who just want to play a role. Joey thought he could buy Donald's loyalty with a piece of jewelry. He thought he could replace Doug just by being there and being rich. But Donnell saw right through it. He knows that being a father isn't about the stuff you can buy. It's about being there. It's about the memories. And Doug, for all his flaws, was there. Joey is just a predator waiting for his next meal. It is a brilliant bit of writing that highlights the emotional stakes of this whole mess. Donnell isn't just fighting for the truth. He is fighting for his father's soul. And he isn't going to let Joey Armstrong win that battle without a serious fight. Everything is connected. The college ties, the mob deals, the legal firm, the plasma ring, the poisoning. It is one giant web and Bill Hamilton is right in the center of it. He thinks he's the spider but he's actually the fly. And the predators are closing in. Mike Davis is coming from one side. Doug is coming from the other. And Haley is already inside the house. Bill's empire is built on sand and the tide is coming in. It is going to be an explosive few weeks in Fairmont Crest and I wouldn't miss it for anything. Thanks again for watching and for being such a great audience. I love talking soaps with you guys and I can't wait to see what you think about all this. Don't forget to like and subscribe and I will see you very soon with the next update. Bye for now. Seriously though, think about the logistics of that unity arrangement. Leslie wants them to show a united front for Isaiah and Eva. But how long can that last before someone slips up? Ted can barely stand to look at her. And Leslie can't help herself. She's always testing the boundaries and subtle flirting. It's a recipe for disaster. If I were Isaiah, I'd be very careful about getting too deep into this family. You might think you're joining a wealthy and respected unit, but you're actually stepping into a minefield. And that's the thing about Fairmont Crest, isn't it? Looks so perfect from the outside. The cotillions, the luxury homes, the gated community. But once you're inside, you see the rot. You see the plasma rings and the poisoning and the con artists. It's a classic soap opera setup and I am here for every single second of it. The writers are really leaning into the drama this season, and I think we're in for some major payoffs soon. I also want to mention how great the actors are doing. Trisha Mangrant as Leslie is just so good at being criminally insane, but also somehow believable as this desperate mother. And Keith D. Robinson plays Ted with so much dignity, even when he's being manipulated. You really feel for the guy. You want him to catch a break, but you know that in a soap opera that's not allowed. He's the moral compass.